At a recent Senate Armed Services confirmation hearing, Senator Kelly questioned Robert Kadlec, nominee for Assistant Secretary of Defense for Nuclear Deterrence, about proposals to resume nuclear weapons testing, specifically whether explosive tests would offer any tangible benefits.
Could you tell me what strategic benefit we would get by continuing or starting to conduct explosive nuclear tests today? And if there is no benefit, or maybe if you think there is there anything to be said about destabilization by doing this?
Senator, I appreciate the question, and I would just offer that at this stage, in earlier questioning, there was a question about what was meant by the opportunity or issue of testing at this moment. I would just highlight more from a background or context perspective. There seems to be three reasons why you would want to test. One are technical uncertainties about the weapon, and clearly I think in the context of what has happened recently with the President receiving the report that certifies our stockpile is both safe, secure, and effective and reliable, that doesn't seem to be the issue. The second one seems to be broadly whether or not there is an issue around the qualifications or capabilities of the nuclear enterprise in terms of how that would be affected by resuming testing. And clearly we're making huge investments to recapitalize and modernize our enterprise, both the human capital as well as the physical capital. So that doesn't seem to be the issue. The third one seems to be whether there's geopolitical context or reasons to do that. Earlier I mentioned, not based on the President's comments, but based on a review of compliance reports by State Department going back to 2019 that would suggest that there's been a concern about both Russia and China's adherence or compliance with the threshold test ban treaty and whether or not there's been any issues around that. Obviously, that's a classified set of issues. It was identified such in the State Department reports, and that's something that have not been briefed on.
But we have conducted more than 1,000, my understanding.
1,054.
Yeah, 1,042 nuclear tests. The Chinese have done tests maybe 40 times. So it does appear to clearly benefit them if our resumption of nuclear testing was to push them to start testing their weapons. They could build a more reliable nuclear triad. So that's my big concern.
For more congressional news, stay tuned to Congress Clips, and thanks for watching.